And the race is going to go on. 119, Austin Wagner under battle from the 70 car, Burt Wilson. Burt Wilson's going to nose ahead. Oh my goodness, what a pass right there. Rise of the dead. To love the hate, to sex the truth. The jealousies that make us fools. Wake up this time. The joys, the chance, the life to lose. Our legacy is ours to choose. Redemption! Redemption! We're coming to the white flag this time. Will they make it to the start-finish line all the way around the tri-oval here? They're there. We're 2 by 2 on the last lap. But there's a 0-0, an 18 car, 1 car, 31 car, and they're wrecking in the front. For the lead, here's the race right here. Nick Gardner, Richard Holland, Ryan Daniels. Ryan W. Daniels, the 0-0 car, crossing the start-finish line, winning the opener here.
And we're live. WFO Twisted Tuesday CheckerWon Manufacturing Series. Currently looking at the pace car at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'd like to welcome everybody. Commentator Bradley Cooper, Mr. Bojangles 91. Got a little bit of a late start on the stream tonight, but we got made the grid in time, so I think we're still on schedule. I'd like to welcome everybody in the chat. Doreen, I see you in there. Probably see a lot of the Amy family here soon. And tonight, no surprise, we're going to go through the grid and look at your pole sitter right here. 31 of Richard Holland. Qualified with a 30.55. He's a master at these D-shaped ovals, but right behind him, in second position. This has been the story the last 2 weeks at 114. Vern Bradley. See if he can get it done this week. He did really well at Indianapolis. Kind of walked the whole field. See if he's got something for Richard Holland tonight. Just behind them, guy that's kind of been in a slump here lately. Got a couple wins there in Season 5. It's the 14 of Jeff Martin. And the CEO, Rat Pack, Chevrolet. He's looking good there last week, and then something happened. I don't know if he disconnected or hit the wall. What happened exactly? Hopefully he can get a good start and a good finish here tonight. Fourth position back here to Rick Fagone, Tide Machine. Man, that thing sticks out. Just beside him there, Hal Amy. Mike's Hard Lemonade. Now just behind Hal Amy. See if we can get the right car. I believe this is the right car. That's the one of Artie Peterson that we're looking for. And the 81 of Michael McCauley. Got the 18 of Nick Gardner, who's been doing some strategy to try to beat that 31 this year. See if he's got a trick up his sleeve this week. There's a 38 of Derek Robinson. We saw him really strong at a couple tracks there. He was really, really good at Auto Club, so maybe he's got something for him here. It's a really similar track and shape. Going back here, Burt Wilson, Eric Blount, Glenn Jameson, who did not qualify yet again. I'm calling him out for it. Guy would probably have a podium finish every week if he just qualify. But we're going to take it back up front. Show you the 31, Richard Holland, just about to hit the loud pedal.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out, and there goes the 31. 114 got a hell of a jump there. I think the 31 was napping on that start there. So we'll put Vern Bradley to the lead right off the get-go. What a restart for this guy. A great start for him. Oh, we got the 1 of Peterson to the inside of 3 of Howamy. Coming off of turn 2, 18 in the wall. He was stuck to the outside. So that top 5 starting to pull away from the rest of this crowd. Looks like they're a little tight, but that high line seems to be where you want to be. Let's go on board with Nick Gardner here. Looks like he's got a lot of momentum on that backstretch, but they are having to lift a lot more than usual. I don't know if it's just a characteristic of this ARCA car that it has to lift more. You can see a little right front damage on that 18. And he's still battling with Artie Peterson right now. Artie's going to get to the inside, but like I said, we showed that run that Nick's going to get off this turn 2. And it looks like that's the place to be on turns 1 and 2. Just be on the outside. The bottom's probably where you want to be in 3 and 4, so that's the Achilles heel you. If you don't get enough run, you're not going to get around the guy and clear him into 3. I look for this battle to go on for a couple more laps. Oh, we got the 38 car in the wall back there. It was Derek Robinson. Looks like he's able to get it off the wall, but he lost a couple spots there. But still, this battle right here between these two, it's tight. I think there's a battle that's going to shape up here soon at the leader's position. 31 and 114 pulling away from the field. 14 of Jeff Martin running 3rd right now. Jeff needs a solid race, get that confidence back. You see him running that higher line. That's kind of where you want to be, I think. He might be prevailing on these guys if he can get that momentum. You see the timer staying right about the same. .114 of Vern Bradley still leading this race, but only a 1/10 of a second separating him and Richard Holland. Let's see if we'll go on board here with Richard and see what he's seeing. Got the gyro cam for this car. Show you how much banking is in these corners. Vern taking a higher entry into 3. Bradley's able to get that momentum, that little push off of 4, and he's still maintaining the lead. Hanging right with him, though. Jeff Martin's doing a hell of a job right now. He's not letting him out of their sights. He's just running his race, racing the track right now. Then back here in 4th position, we got Rick Fagone with Hal Amy close behind him. Hal seems to be getting around this track really good tonight. We're still at that dust time weather, so there's still some heat in this track from the sun. This track is going to get a little greasier as the night progresses. I look for about lap 50 or so, the sun will be completely out of the picture. It'll be completely black skies back there. This track will cool off tremendously. Right now, track temp's about 103. It could drop down in the 80s by the end of this. So the field pretty fanned out. We've ran caution-free 3 weeks in a row here. It's been really good racing all season long. Good to see the ARCA boys getting it under their belt now. Figuring out this car was the main thing. It was originally the B car for a long time. They moved it down to the National Series. Added a new tire model, beta tested that in the car. That was a struggle for a little while. Added a new damage model. That was a big struggle for a while. But don't overdrive it and don't hit the wall. You don't have to beta test anything. As you see, Vern Bradley still in the lead. Richard Holland's got his hands full tonight. Lap 10, lap 11 of 130. And right now we're seeing the two cars that have been battling all season, fighting it out here at Charlotte. Again, if it was a late start, I want to apologize to anybody that might have missed the broadcast. I'm sure they'll funnel in. They'll trickle in eventually. I'd like to say hello to anybody in the chat right now. We got to go Hal, number 3. I did see that. And if you guys enjoy my voice and want to listen to me talk, turn it up.
Turn it the fuck off.
Who's this piece of shit?
Oh, no, that was just uncalled for.
What's up, Nation?
What's going on, dude?
Oh, just watching Vern Bradley lead the race. It looks like he's getting a little loose. I can throw it up there for you if you'd like.
No, because I can't do the push to talk and watch a different screen at the same time.
Can't watch and do push to talk. Are you on your laptop?
Right. No, I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, currently, Vern Bradley's your leader. Richard Holland in second position, 2/10 back. Jeff Martin in third. Jeff's having a solid race tonight. We know he does well at this track. Jeff's just had a lot of problems sealing the deal, getting the finish that he wants. He'll run up in the top 3 for quite some time, and then something happens midway through, whether it's a pit stop or maybe he gets caught on a speeding penalty. There was a couple cautions that he was victim of early in the season. So he's had some struggles here in season 9, or season 8. But it's Charlotte, man. It's a fun track to race. A lot of these guys know it well. It's one of the first tracks that you get on the iRacing service, so a lot of guys have had a lot of time here. If you did any kind of class oval racing on iRacing at all, you've been here a few times. See, he's starting to fall a little bit victim to that 10 car, though, Rick Fagone. Ricky's starting to work up to him. No, I was just teasing you, Nation. I didn't mean to call you a name. You just scared me. It frightened me.
I didn't do anything.
I was so focused on this action that I forgot that I was even in Discord.
Man, that's fucking dedication right there.
I know, I love it. They've slowed down tremendously. You can hear how much they're lifting going into 1. At the start of this, it sounded like they were running wide open through 3 and 4, and now they're probably off the throttle through all the entry all the way to the middle of the corner. This thing probably is pushing tight. Doesn't look like they're getting too loose going off the corner. We got a battle for the lead. 31, Richard Holland on the inside of the 114 of Vern Bradley. Really close into the entry of 2. Vern's going to get that run on the outside. We were talking about that in that high groove. But I think the 31's going to prevail in 3 and 4 here. Pinching him down, not giving him room to exit here. 31's going to have to lift a little longer to stay down there. Tight racing. And there it is right there. I think he cleared him in 1, so that should be a good run. 31, your new leader. 114 still putting up a fight, though. He's going to try to take another crack at it here in 3 and 4. Peeking to the inside. 31's a little bit higher groove. That helps the 114 stay down there, but it didn't help him get any speed off of 4, so 31's got something figured out here. We are starting to get into our...
Look at what we got.
Look at what we got.
You gotta be kidding me with these fuckers.
What's that?
Look in the chat.
Wow.
It's
Is
every fucking week.
Does that link really work?
Fuck if I know.
What's up with the wet emojis? I wonder what that means. Is it like a hot tub stream?
I don't know what it is. They do it every week.
Well, it doesn't sound like a bad thing, you know? It says here, girls will do what you say. I just want a sandwich or something. Can I make them make me a sandwich? Maybe watch some TV after?
Yeah, you know.
Doesn't
Go
sound like a
fetch me the
terrible idea.
remote.
Yeah. How about get a job? Get a job so I can stay home.
There you go.
Wow, that 31 is walking away from the 114. I think that 114 might have burned up that right front. We're starting to see the 31 prevail. 114 might fall victim to the 14 of Jeff Martin here momentarily. You see Jeff starting to reel him in. Jeff's running that higher line, and that might have been saving the tires in 1 and 2. He's been doing it from the start. Right off the get-go, he went up there, and it seems to be working well for him. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Vern does look like he's getting a later entry into 3, and that might be scrubbing that right front a little bit, where he's hitting over that hump to hit the bottom of the track. It was probably turning really well and getting him a lot of speed, but now that right front tire is just not having it. As you see, he's doing it again there in the 1, and he's really swooping it down in there, whereas the 14's been up here up high, not cutting that corner as much, and his tires are probably nice and cool on that right side. You see a big run coming down the backstretch. But they are working back up to that 31. Okay, took care of that. I have moderator privileges in the chat and didn't realize it, so I was able to get rid of those links.
Yeah, I can't log into the via chats right now, so.
All good. All right, so right here we got a little battle shaping up for 3rd position. We'll have to go back through the field here because we're getting through our fuel window. Really close. I'd say like 27 or so. But you see a pass right here for 2nd position. Jeff Martin's going to work to the inside of Vern Bradley. Now he's going to have to run the bottom in 1 and 2, and that hasn't been where he's wanted to run through. But it looks like he's got him clear, and he'll probably move up the track on the exit. Nope, 114 was able to get back to his corner. So let's see what he does here in 3 and 4. The preferred line on the bottom here. Vern Bradley way up next to the wall. Still able to get a run, though. And I tell you who's really loving this right now, seeing these two side by side. Richard Holland, he's loving it. Rick Fagun's loving it, too. He's reeling these guys in. He could be fighting for 3rd or 2nd position here soon. See him get right up to the 14. Now he's peeking to the inside. Oh, Vern Bradley did get into the wall. We got 3 wide coming off of 4. Ricky saw blood. He's going to take it. There's 3rd for Ricky. Vern Bradley chipped the wall. Didn't hurt him too bad, I don't think. Now Ricky's looking inside of the 14. .31's in another area code right now. 2 seconds ahead of Jeff Martin right now. And Vern just looks like he's really struggling. This car looks really tight for him. Listen to how long he's lifting. Not too awful long, but it isn't quite as fast as it was early in the run. Now we got the 10 passing the 14 again. Looking to the inside of 3. This is probably the place to do that. See if he can get him cleared off of 4. Really close racing here. That high line is just prevailing at both sides of the track now as the temperature's starting to change a little bit. Track's cooled off about 5 degrees. We're down to 98 on track temp. Let's look back here and see what's going on through the field. These guys are battling for quite some time. We got Nick Gardner, who hit the wall earlier in the race. Since settled down a little bit. We're talking to him in the pre-race. He's one of the crew members for the Almendinger team, the Nationwide, or whatever they call that series now. Is it still Nationwide Nation?
I don't have any idea.
You are Nation. I thought you sponsored it.
No.
Nonetheless, he's always working, always doing something, but he finds time to come hang out with us. And here we go. We got pit stops coming up.
Well, I'm at work. I'm not working.
Oh boy, that 31 really took his time getting on pit road, and that 10 got a lot of ground made up. See if we can get a better camera angle on these guys on pit road. 31 and 10, it's going to be a tight battle. As soon as they drop the jack, that 31's got to go. .114 lost a lot of time. So it's 31, 10, 14 off pit road. Seems like everybody pretty much pitted at the same time. At least everyone in the top 7.
Well, I mean, they started at the same time, so.
That would make sense, but a couple guys did push it a lap further. I think Artie Peterson, Michael McCauley, Derek Robinson all pitted the next lap, so maybe trying to get a little advantage. We'll go through the field a little bit more. There's Eric Blout. Looks like he's struggling a little bit on the high side. Derek Robinson behind him. They're running 9th and 10th right now. 2 teammates. Good looking cars out there. Check in on Hal Amy. He was running up in the top 5 earlier. This is currently in the 7th position or 8th position. Quiet night for Hal Amy right now. See if he can go up there and get back in that top 5 after pit stop. So he touched the apron a little bit. Car is probably a little loose on the start, but Rick Fagone, this guy started back in the 5th position, I believe, 4th or 5th. He's since worked his way up into the 2nd position. Trying to hunt down that 31. He got off to a slow start. Vern Bradley passed him right at the go and led about 17, 18 laps. 31 took it back, and he's been up front ever since. Check in on Vern Bradley, currently in the 4th position, but he did lose a lot of time on pit road, and that might make him overdrive this thing. So he might have to back it up his corners, see what it can do on the long run. You see him touch the wall right there. He is taking that car all the way to the bottom. How about this guy working his way up through the field? He's working on the back of Artie Peterson right now. It's Glenn Jamison in the 63. Looking for 6th position right now. There it is right there. There's the inside. Glenn Jamison looking for 6th place. Might be able to clear him into 1 here. He does. And put him up to 6th. Next car in line for the 63 to work on is Nick Gardner. He's exiting turn 2 right now, so a little bit of a gap between these boys. Nick in the top 5. Looking pretty solid. He had a rough start, but he's since turned it around. See, he's running that higher line. These guys seem to all have moved up the track, and they're running that outside all the way through. Might be saving the tires. It took a page out of Jeff Martin's book. Jeff Martin in 3rd position right now. About 2 seconds back. Having a solid night for Jeff. I would have to say that if he maintains this speed, he'll be a top 3 at the end. Talking about lap 15, sun's pretty much out of the picture. Lap 41 right now, you can see it's getting dark out there. Lights are starting to cast some shadows on the track. Oh, Jeff Martin in the wall. Get it back under you, Jeff. Keep that thing on 4 wheels, buddy. You got a lot of racing left to go. We're at lap 42 of 130. Richard Holland, your leader. I'm going to step away for just a moment. Get myself a beverage, probably a beer. You want a beer, Nish?
Way ahead of you.
Attaboy. All right, we're going to step away for just a moment. We'll leave you guys with a little cut scene, something I worked on. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's a little promo, but it is what it is. A shameless plug, if you will. And I'll be right back. Fire door, right?
Right over the ridge over here? Yeah. That's close. Right here?
Chopper right on us.
Broke.
One's down.
Oh my. White.
He was the last turtle. Endangered species, and I have fucking murdered him.
Shot.
Did they fix the car, do you know? Apparently they did.
Oh,
Got one down.
peek again.
Oh, dude, you're gonna die. You're gonna fucking die. All right, we're back. Richard Holland still your leader, 1.5 seconds ahead of Rick Fagone, second position, and then the 14 to Jeff Martin in third. Lap 47, it's looking pretty dark out there. Track's cooled off considerably, and these guys are running the high line. Have to see where Vern Bradley's starting to catch these guys a little bit. There's quite the gap back there, but he's since got it down to 4.5 seconds. He's running way up next to the wall. Sure, that's generating a lot of speed down the straightaways, but look how close he is coming into 3 and 4 and coming out of 4, going into 1 and 2. You really got to set that thing on a rail and drive it perfect every time. There he is again. Great line. Right up next to the wall. As close as it can get. I don't think you could fit a piece of paper between that door and that wall.
I just said that to myself.
That's close. That guy's on a mission. He knows where he wants to be. He was up there. He had a taste of the lead. He's trying to get back to it. See him? He's down to 4.5. He's sitting, maintaining that gap. Almost got it down to 4 seconds, but man, is it close. It's too close that time, and it claimed a victim. I know he's hunting for speed. I don't think it's up there. It's just too close to be running up there, and the wall got him that time. Back here at 5th position still, it's Nick Gardner. He's got Glenn Jameson starting to hunt him down. We're talking about Glenn not qualifying. Makes a lot more work for himself, but here he is. He's looking just outside the top 5. Currently have 2 cars a lap down right now. It'd be the 70 of Burt Wilson. See him coming off the track, running in the 12th position. And the 81 of Michael McCauley in 11th. Michael just recently went a lap down. 10th position, Eric Blout. He'll be the next car going victim a lap down. He's got the leader of Richard Holland really close by. You can see Blout there in his windshield, so Richard Holland 2 seconds ahead of Rick Fagone. We're right on board with Ricky right now. It's kind of interesting to see all these different lines at the start of the race, but since it's probably lap 40 or so, everyone moved up the track and followed the 14's line. Now it seems they're back at the bottom. I don't know what line to take here, Nation. 14's still up there. He's still running that high groove.
I can't see the race right now, so I'm just going off what you're saying.
Probably about a 2-lane difference in 1 and 2 between the 14 and the rest of the field. He seems to be running a little bit lower in 3 and 4 than everybody else, so he's speed hunting, and it seems to be working right now. He's about a second behind Rick Fagone, so see if he can catch him before our next pit window. Moving back to the field a little bit more. Let's go back here and look at Derek Robinson. He was running with Blout earlier, but he's since kind of walked away from him. About a 15-second difference between these 2 cars. Derek Robinson's currently running in the 8th position. 9th position, I'm sorry. Hal Amy up there trying to get around Artie Peterson. They're battling out. Coming off turns 3 and 4. This is for 7th place. Hal's got something for him. It's just going to be a matter of completing that pass. He's going to have to get that run in the entrance and carry it through the exit. He seems to be picking up the speed on the exits of the corners, and really tough to clear a guy if you get to his door and get down the straightaway. There he is again, creeping up, but that car's getting tight, getting behind the 1, losing a little downforce. Not too much going on the track right now. Richard Holland's putting the 6 of Blout down 1 lap. Holland's still about 2 seconds ahead of Ricky, but might have another car. Oh, that's the 70 of Burt Wilson. So Burt might go 2 laps down here, because he's just going to let the 31 get to the inside and let him go. Solid night for the 31. Great night for this guy as well. A tight championship going. These guys are coming up towards the playoffs, and like Richard Holland was talking about, we're going after wins. That's the main thing right now, is getting as many bonus points as you can going into that playoff section. The reset takes all your points back, puts you in the same position you were in, but do you get a bonus for every race you won? Richard Holland knows that, and he's going to try to get it done as many times as possible in the regular season. Here's a guy that hasn't won yet. Not this year. He's looking for one. He's sitting in the right place to do it. That's Jeff Martin, running in 3rd right now. Starting to catch that 10 car. Looks like Ricky's struggling a little bit to get around some of this lap traffic. So that's an advantage for the 14 right now. Got a car up in the wall. It looks like Blout might have tagged the wall. He's going to come down pit road. And okay, we blinked out there for a second. Yeah, the 6 car is going to come down pit road. He hit the wall pretty hard there. So Eric Blout, unscheduled stop. Right side tires definitely going on that machine. Looks like the wall might have claimed another victim here. Hal Amy. Hal was up there battling for the 7th position. Now he's going to give it back. It looks like he's fighting with Derek Robinson for it right now. Derek Robinson's off pace now. I don't know what happened to him. He might have tagged the apron. Let's go back and look what happened to this car. Let's go back a little ways. I'd say that Derek probably tagged the apron. Yep, that's what happened. Derek Robinson just got down on the apron. I don't know, maybe he ran out of fuel. I'm not really sure what happened to the 38 just now. Maybe he thought he was hitting the entrance to pit road. It looks like he'll probably come down this time. Yeah, I think he thought he was on the front straightaway. Tough break for the 38. Whoops. There's a 3 Al Amy coming down pit road now. Rick Fagone also on pit road. $31 probably going to be coming down soon. Vern Bradley, Jeff Martin on pit road. Nick Gardner's still out there. You see Nick running that strategy like he always does. Trying to get on the same pit cycle as that leader. It's about 8.5 seconds, 7 seconds. Well, it's coming down. I think Nick's going to push it one more lap. Now he's bringing it down pit road now. Great pull in there for the 18, Nick Gardner. Might have made up some time on the 31 with that one. So Richard Holland's got to get on off pit road. As usual, perfect as possibly can. Nick Gardner hits his stall perfectly. 4 tires and fuel for the 31. I'd say the same is going to go for the 18 and Nick Gardner. There goes the 31 back out on the track. Let's see how far back the 18 gets here. Not too far off. I think this is going to put Rick Fagone in the lead. And it does. Something's going on with my timing and scoring, and I don't know what it's doing, but it's cropping some of the letters off of these guys. I'm probably gonna have to figure out a different way to put their names up there, because unfortunately for Ricky, his name doesn't look real good up on the display right now.
I so wish I could see that.
It at least has an O and what appears to be an I at the end. It's cropped off the D in Holland too. Nonetheless, Rick Fagone is leading the race right now, 2.5 seconds ahead of Richard Holland. He's not going to look back. He's going to run the balls off of it, and hopefully he can maintain this lead as we're at halfway. He did this to him last time. Ricky got that win here, if you remember, just last week at Dover. Ricky came out of nowhere, had to fight off the 18, battling hard at the end. There he is again, sitting pretty. Jeff Martin's still in that top 3, doing a great job. Keep maintaining those consistent pit stops. Don't make a mistake. Bring it home in 3rd, Jeff. You're doing a great job tonight. 4th position, Vern Bradley. He showed a lot of speed early in the race, but see, it got dark. Something changed on this track, and I think he's still hunting for that line. 5th place, Nick Gardner. Thought he might have made up some time on that 31. He's since back 10.5 seconds. Tires will be about the same for the 18 and the 31. You'll probably see them prevail over the rest of the field here about, I don't know, 10 laps into the fuel run. We'll start to show a little more speed. Glenn Jameson just behind him. Glenn's put it up in the 6th position now. Got around Artie Peterson. Artie's being scored in the 7th position, but he's actually not in this loop. He's way back here. You got Hal Amy in 8th. Eric Robinson will be the next car in the lead lap, and then we have 2 cars a lap down still. The 6 of Blout is actually, we got 3. We got the 81 of McCauley, and then the 70 of Burt Wilson. Burt Wilson's 2 laps down. But this is the battle that's shaping up. Richard Holland's taking that 2.5 second lead and cut it down to 1.5 now. We knew this would happen, a big difference on tires. It was a good 3 laps before Richard Holland pitted. Doesn't surprise me that he's shaving away that lead, but Ricky's going to try to maintain that gap as long as he can, and he'll probably pit with Richard Holland on the next one. That is a good looking paint scheme. I really like it. Easy to identify on the track. You can pick him out of the crowd anywhere you go. Especially looking good here tonight under the lights. Last week, no lights. Week before that, no lights. I like seeing these cars race at night. Richard Holland down to 1 second. Of Jeff Martin, about 3.5 back. You see him trying to pass Blout now. Got to get around him as quickly as possible so he doesn't lose ground on these leaders here. Still running that upper groove like we talked about earlier. Just running his own line. Doing a hell of a job. Tell you what, Nation, these guys are looking like another caution-free race tonight. All right, is it going to happen in 1 and 2, or is it going to happen on the backstretch? Richard Holland right on the bumper of that 10 car right now. Possible Chevrolet looking to the inside on the exit here. They go into 3. Richard Holland's got the ground. He's got the preferred line. That 10 can hang it out there on the outside. I don't look for him to give it up too easily. See what he can do in 1 and 2. They're side by side. And Ricky's going to fall in line here. Maybe a crossover off of 2. Nope. He thought about it. Didn't have quite the speed he wanted. Inside in 3 now. Still a battle for the lead. Trying to even out those tires, make Richard work for it. They can grow a couple extra gray hairs and wear those tires out, but just doesn't quite have enough. I think that 3-lap difference isn't favoring the 10 right now. Fall in line, follow the 31, stretch it as far as you can, and pit with him if you can. Next guy in line back here, Jeff Martin, about 4 seconds back. Hey, with these HJRM guys, they've got something figured out here. Jeff's no slouch at this place. I know he's got a couple wins here, and he likes this track. Don't count him out yet. We got 53 to go. Still a lot of racing left to do. Caution free so far at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm going to step away and get another beer and get my voice back. No, crank it up for you guys and let you hear some audio. While we were gone there with that crank it up, Rick Fagone pitted, and I think he's going to get on a different strategy than this 31. The rest of the field, actually. He's got to try something. I know he's feeling like he can't do much with those older tires, so brought it down pit road. Probably going to split the run here. About 25 to go. He'll probably pit again, and he might have a lot fresher tires in that 31. Richard Holland's paying attention to that. I know he is, so he's going to have to factor that into his pit stops. Might allow this 14 to stretch it out as far as he can. I don't know what the strategy is going to be for these two, but this top three is really close. We thought the 18 would be the guy tonight. He's usually the one that pulls the rabbit out of the hat, figures something out there late in the race. Don't deny that he's not doing some math right now, trying to figure out what these guys are doing. He's looking at lap times, factoring in how these tires are reacting. And he's running that high line like we saw Vern Bradley doing earlier. Vern Bradley in 5th position right now. Glenn Jamieson has worked his way up to 4th place. Glenn's just always having a quiet night, subtly creeping up into the top 5, one car at a time. Tell you what, Nation, if this guy would just qualify, guaranteed to have a podium every week. This guy's solid every week. There's his teammate behind him, Burt Wilson. Scoring Burt right now 2 laps down, but it's a damn good looking paint scheme though. Go back here to our series sponsor, Artie Peterson, CheckerWon Manufacturing. 631-872-4076. Guys, check him out online as well. Great to have Artie as a partner here at WFO. We thank him for his sponsorship. Everybody thanks him for the league. Thank Vern Bradley, Nation 01, Hal Amy, everybody that puts this league together. And I thank these drivers for a hell of a race. They've been doing a great job. Around 43 to go. Richard Holland's still your leader right now. Impossible Chevrolet up front, just clean air, getting around these lap cars cleanly. 7.5 back to Jeff Martin. Jeff's a lot of ground lost here. I think this track has changed dramatically for that high line. It might be time to change it up. Bottom of the track might be where you want to be here for here on out. Yeah, the track's grippy enough you could stay down there, no problem. Nick Gardner, 3rd position still. Nick's actually creeping up there and getting into visual range of Jeff Martin. Jeff better start hitting that loud pedal a little harder. He might have company in his mirror. Like I said, man, this guy's just creeping up there in that top 5. Glenn Jamieson looking good, 4th place right now. Fifth place, Vern Bradley. Would say it's an up and down night. It's still a top 5 right now, but Vern would really like to be up in that top 2. He had the speed. He was looking really good at the start. Country Time Lemonade. Always trying to be up front. Qualified 2nd tonight, so I think it's going to be kind of an off night for Vern Bradley. Unless we have a caution, put him back in this thing. He's kind of falling back, about 26 seconds off the leader. We'll see how it shakes out. Don't cut him out. You know, it's just one of the, everybody has that night. Had a great race at Indianapolis, had a win. A pretty decent run at Dover. We'll see where it turns out for him. This guy right here, taking an early pit stop, trying to get on a different cycle. Don't know what the difference in tires are with the lap times right now, but it looks like he's a rocket ship coming off of 2. Picking right up to Hal Amy. Because I'll take that spot. Put him up to 7th now. Derek Robinson would be the next victim. Let's go on board with him. Derek Robinson's hitting pit road. These guys are starting to pit. Ricky's going to pit with about 25 to go. See the next one in line, Vern Bradley up there, and he's picking a lot of ground up on him. fresher tires might have been the way to go here. Ricky's looking really good. Up to 5th position now. Ricky's in 3rd now. Some of these guys are pitting. 14, Jeff Martin hit pit road. He's back out there now. And scored 1 lap down. Derek Robinson, Hal Amy in the pits. They're coming off the exit now. And this car right here has stayed out longer than anybody I've seen so far. Say the closest one to him on pit cycle is Nick Gardner, who's running 2nd right now. Ricky's found himself right where he wants to be. I think this is a gray area for this pit stop. Don't know what his plans are, if he's going to try to stretch it as far as he can. Maybe take 2. About to find out. We have 36 to go. We're shaping up for the end of the race. Caution free so far. Great run for these boys. When it all cycles out, I think your top 3 is going to be Richard Holland, Rick Fagone, and Jeff Martin. See, Nick Gardner's hitting pit road. He's got to get on and off perfect. Oh, look at the chat exploding. Diana's in here. Denise, good to see you. You're absolutely welcome, Diana. It's actually feeding my ego to do these broadcasts, I think. So secretly, I'm getting pleasure out of it. Don't let it fool you. Right, Nation? I'm selfish. Get Gardner back out on the track. All right, we're shaping up. 34 laps to go. Richard Holland on and off pit road. This guy right here is going to get back around the track. I'm not sure where he's going to end up when this all shakes out, but he's going to have to pit one more time. So your new leader. He's way ahead. I don't think my scoring's quite working right. Get a cycle through here. Yo, and Jeff Martin closer than Richard Holland. Okay, there we go. It's cycled now. Richard Holland, 33 seconds. In 3rd place. 2nd place, Jeff Martin. Richard might have had some trouble on pit road. There's your leader. Thank you, Diana. Count him down, guys. 31 laps to go. Rick Fagone right where he wants to be. He's going to have to pit one more time, so this lead, the way it sits right now, not sure how it's going to work out. Ricky's going to have to stretch this fuel run as far as he can, and those guys are making up time on him. Tell you what I'm really interested about. How far can he go on fuel? And is he going to take 2 tires? No tires? Will he pit now? Will he pit 25 to go? We really don't know. Ricky's done the math. He's trying something. You got to try something. He was running in 3rd, running in 2nd, led some laps. He's trying to win this race. But there's 2 cars back here that don't want him to do it. See Jeff Martin. About a 2nd gap between him and Richard Holland right now. Richard's trying to chase him down, get that 2nd position back. And then you got Nick Gardner about 3 seconds back from then. Still within arm's reach, but 3 seconds is an eternity at this track. Back to the field one more time before we finish this thing up. 5th position. Currently showing Glenn Jamieson in the 63. Like we said, Glenn just having a solid night. Crept up there in the top 5. Hasn't left it since. I'm just going to remind Glenn that there's a green button before the race that pops up that says qualify. It means you have to pass less cars before the start. It's a lot easier under tires, a lot less work for you. By the way, I was told that I could say that to him. Dropped down in the chat with him one night, and Bert just flat out told me this guy needs to qualify, and he's right. This guy would have a podium finish. 6th position right now. We're gonna look back here. Thought it would be the 114, but the 114's went a lap down. I think he's on a different pit cycle. So right now we got Artie Peterson being scored in 6th. CheckerWon Manufacturing. Having a great night tonight. Go back to 7th position. That's Derek Robinson in the 38. Still on the lead lap right now. Having a quiet night. I'd say that Derek's got some D-shaped ovals under his belt. He's doing really well. He just struggled a little bit early on in the race and got off pace. He's since picked it up and maintained the top 10 all night. Go back here and look at 8th position. Hal Amy. He was up in that top 5 at the start of the race. Thought Hal might have something for these boys, but that track cooled off, changed the way the car's driving, and just really weird to see these transitions. Some of these drivers favor a hot track, and once it cools down, we're down in the 87 degrees on track temp right now. Really changes the way this thing handles. So Rick Fagone had to pit. He's back out on the track. Your new leader, Richard Holland. "24 laps to go," and you see Ricky just in front of that 31. Got his lap back, but he's got a lot of work to do to get back to these boys. I'd say they can make it to the end, and Ricky definitely can make it to the end, but I don't know that he's going to have enough time to make up all this ground as he's in 6th position. About 29 seconds around this place. It's going to be hard for him to catch Richard Holland. Jeff Martin not too far back in 2nd place right now. Nick Gardner 2 seconds off the leader. So hell of a night for Jeff. See if he can bring it home. See if he can go up there and get that leader. Still running that little bit higher line. He's speed hunting. He's got it maintained at about 0.7 of a second. He can find that groove, start clicking off some lap times here with 21 to go. He might get up there and have something for Richard Holland. You see Nick Gardner right on his bumper, though. Nick's been measuring him up here. Nick might have been sandbagging a little bit, keeping something in the back burner for the end of this thing. We know Nick Gardner's good at that. A little strategy. See, he's got a hell of a run coming off of 3 and 4. He's going to pass for 2nd right now. Looking to the inside of Jeff Martin. Nice and clean, a lot of room there. Jeff's being very courteous. Now the 18 set his sights. He's going to go after that 31. 1.3 seconds here. We're going to keep track of this battle because this is going to be the definitive, I think, for the finisher. I just wonder, this guy's on the same pit cycle. Can he get it done? Richard Holland is clutching this thing. And he is trying to make it all the way to the end. Hearing that makes me think that maybe Rick Fagone didn't pull a bad move here. Hearing how far Richard Holland's clutching it into the turn, they might not have enough fuel to make it to the end. Ricky's strategy might pay off here. Let's go on board with the 31 again. I'll show you right now. He's definitely saving fuel. We're going to go into 3, and he's going to clutch. You'll hear this thing drop RPMs all the way down to 0. Back on the throttle now. That's allowing Nick Gardner to really catch up to him. We don't know if any of these guys in the top 3. Well, we know that Rick Fagone can, but the rest of the field pitting on this stint very much earlier than Ricky. You see Richard gave up a lot of ground to the 18. I think the only person that Ricky's going to have to worry about is this 18 here, because Richard's not going to make it if he doesn't save. There he goes, clutching it into 3 and 4, and Nick Gardner inside, outside. Goodbye. Put 18 up into P1. Nick Gardner, your leader now. Rick Fagone. He's about 21 seconds back from the leader. Nick Gardner. I think Richard Holland might fall victim to Ricky before this is over with. This car's in front of Nick Gardner right now, running side by side. Interested to see what the estimated laps left on that 31 car is, as this 18 is just straight driving it. You don't hear any lift or any clutching from the 18 there. He's floating the throttle through the corners. He's trying to check out from this 31. 31 might have saved enough fuel now. He's going to try to push it. So 31 back on the lad pedal. Got behind this 18. It might save him enough fuel. He's driving it in a lot deeper than that 18. He's not letting him go. Rick Fagone might not make it here to these guys. I know they're saving, but I don't think they're saving enough that he's making up a lot of ground. We had a little lapse there. I don't know if it was our connection or the 18, but the 31's driving it way deeper into the corner. Boy, I'm excited. I don't know where this is going to go. Nick Gardner's definitely not lifting at all. And earlier he was on the same pit strategy as the 31. He might have pushed it one lap more. 18's under fire with a 14 going to the inside right on by. Jeff Martin. Talking about him in the top 3 earlier. He might have had to pit before he wanted to. He wasn't going to make it on fuel. Ten laps to go. Your leader, Nick Gardner, right here. Looking good right now, if he can make it to the end. Richard Holland just behind him. Hasn't let him out of his sight yet. Rick Fagone 19 seconds back, 18.8. And he's not saving anything. He's trying to chase these boys down with those fresher tires. We'll know that he's going to have enough time. He is shaving off about a half a second a lap, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We got 8 to go in 18 seconds. It's just not going to add up here. Don't think that he's going to have enough there to catch up to these boys, but Jeff Martin, 4th position. You see him on much fresher tires in the 10, but he's got about a 10-second gap between him and Rick Fagone. Jeff Martin's the last car in the lead lap. And I think it's pretty safe to say Glenn Jamison's probably going to bring it home in 5th position tonight. He's had a really solid race. He just went a lap down. Jeff Martin would be his next car to pass. Jeff's about, I'd say about 7-8 seconds ahead of him. Let's get back up here in this 31 because he's passing back for the lead. Fuel strategy's over with. Richard Holland's hitting that pedal and he's going for it. He's probably saved enough now. He's ready to go. 6 laps to go. Richard Holland put the clutch down lap after lap. He got the go-ahead from the crew chief, said, you've got enough to make it. He's going to try it. '18 tagged the wall off of 4. Didn't slow him down any. Just a little corner scrape. They're side by side with 5 to go. 18's blinking out a little bit. Glenn Jameson kind of throwing him off here, trying to get back on the lead lap. Four laps to go. Nick Gardner definitely had enough to make it. I thought Richard Holland would run out. It's going to be close, guys. See, Rick Fagone's got it down to about 17 or so. I don't think Ricky factored in that these guys were going to be able to save enough fuel, so he short pitted, and now he's kind of... Nick Gardner's pitting. Nick Gardner should have saved. He's going to be falling victim here to Rick Fagone. That means Jeff Martin will be your 3rd place finisher if it cycles out here the way I think it will. Nick's got a long pit road to go down right now. Let's see if Richard Holland saved enough. Oh, he's clutching it again. He's clutching it hard. He rolled all the way through 3 and 4. Ricky's strategy might pay off still yet. 2 to go. You hear Richard clutching it before the corner even comes up. This is a good half a mile turn that he's rolling through. Ricky's really clicking off the time now. Can Richard Holland make it? 14 seconds back to the 10 of Rick Fagone. You hear that thing all the way down on RPM. Let's go back on board with him. Let's listen to him clutch it one more time. As long as that engine fires back up out of 3 and 4, he should be good. Still loud. One more time. He's going to give it a little bit more. I think he's going to make it. Richard Holland is going to make it. Score him P1, saving fuel, coming to the line. Richard Holland is your winner here tonight at Charlotte. And a fuel battle. These are long green flag races, man. They are tough to win. It makes you have to be perfect. Rick Fagone bringing it home second. And Jeff Martin, solid night for him tonight. He's going to come home in third place. Great job by this top three. Nick Gardner had to pit when he didn't want to. Thought he had enough to make it. He was driving it like he did. I thought he was going to win this thing, but unfortunate series of events for him. Nick Gardner's going to bring it home in fourth. Lynn Jamison, fifth position tonight. Good finish for him. Artie Peterson, sixth place. Seventh place, Derek Robinson. Great finish by these boys. It was coming down to the wire there at the end. Wasn't sure who was going to get it. .114 of Vern Bradley in eighth tonight. Ninth place, three car of Hal Amy. I'm going to watch that 31 car burn it down here. Looks like he had some admirers of that strategy. Ricky thought he could catch him. I know that Richard was saving like hell. Hell of a job of that guy. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, do some staging room, catch up with these guys at Victory Lane, and I'll be right back, guys.
And the race is going to go on. 119, Austin Wagner under battle from the 70 car, Burt Wilson. Burt Wilson's going to nose ahead. Oh my goodness, what a pass right there. Rise of the dead. The love, the hate, the sex, the truth, the jealousies that make us fools. Wake up this time. The joys, the chance, the life to lose. Our legacy is after truth. Redemption. We're coming to the white flag this time. Will they make it to the start-finish line all the way around the trioval here? They're there. We're 2 by 2 on the last lap. But there's a 0-0, an 18 car, 1 car, 31 car, and they're wrecking in the front. For the lead, here's the race right here. Nick Gardner, Richard Holland, Ryan Daniels. Ryan W. Daniels, the 0-0 car, crossing the start-finish line, winning the opener here.
We've caught up with Richard Holland, your race winner tonight. Charlotte Motor Speedway CheckerWon manufacturing points leader, driver of the day, and race winner. You got the trifecta right now. Richard, how do you feel, buddy?
Woo!
Again with the woo.
Yeah, we're getting pumped, but we're excited, man. This thing was on a rail all night. The car was kind of tight, but once we figured out the line and how to drive it, man, this thing was it was fast. It was on rails all night. Like I say, it was a stable set, tight, but once you learned the line, it was pretty good.
We saw you saving fuel there at the end. It looked like Nick Gardner was going to make it the way he was driving it. You were lifting and you were able to maintain the gap, but it looked like Nick was going to go all the way. He was driving it, no saving at all. Then you had Ricky that short pitted you guys, was on a completely different cycle. He could drive it to the end with no holding up, but those last 15, 20 laps, I heard you clutching it. What was going through your head?
Save. I wasn't going to make it. I actually was clutching it a lot. Most of the laps, about 8-10 laps of the last second to last run, I was clutching it. And then the whole entire run of that last 30 whatever laps it was of that run, I just knew with the math I couldn't make it because we could only do about 30 laps ish on fuel, and I was going to have to do like 33, 34 in that final run. So I clutched it, saved myself a lap or two in the run before that, stretched it out a little bit, and then clutched it almost the entire run, that last run, in order to make it. And then I ran out of gas on the cool down lap.
Yeah, we saw you park it with no celebration, and I figured that's what happened to you. But man,
Yep.
you had the strategy tonight. A lot of people playing different cards, trying to bluff, and it looked like you were going to lose there at one point. And I think Nick Gardner was trying to force you to use up your fuel, but you stuck to it. You stuck to your strategy, and kudos to you, man.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I had a pretty good idea that Nick wasn't going to be able to make it. He pitted before I did on that final pit stop, or my final pit stop. He had to pit again, but he pitted before I did anyways. And so I knew that he probably wasn't going to be able to make it. And the fact that he ran me down and I was saving kind of told me that he didn't save. So I figured he probably wasn't going to. That's why I kind of just let him go. And Rick was the one I was concerned about, because when I started doing the math in my head with his strategy and then my fuel not looking so good, I was like, man, Rick's going to win this thing. So I really had to start backing my corners up and saving, and just worked out good. Worked out great for us. But yeah, Nick definitely made me drive it a little harder than I wanted to for a few laps, and then I got back into saving. I was like, all right, I got to get back to my strategy. So
Yeah, we saw some guys coming out there early on in the race that we thought, it was going to shake up what you guys had going on. We had a lot of short pitting there in the last two stops. Ricky really threw a wrench into it. I think he pitted 15 laps prior to all of you. So I thought that would be the guy that would catch you if it did happen. Then we had Nick come out of nowhere, and I thought, well, maybe Nick's got enough. We really didn't know until probably 2 to go what was going to happen. And even at that, you could have ran out of fuel with 2 to go. Ricky could be on the podium. So it was an awesome race. What is this? 4 consecutive races now caution free. You guys are spoiling me, finishing up before 10:30.
yeah, I know, it's crazy. Yeah,
Makes my job easy.
Jeff Martin had a good strong run tonight, finishing third. He was right there all night long. I don't know. I think he had a run where he was saving too, looked like. But yeah, he was right there all night. I think he ran third all night long, matter of fact. But
Yep.
yeah. But yeah, the strategies were crazy. I kind of mentioned that before the race. I thought that might play out here tonight with between tires. They fell off so bad, fuel strategies, just different things. And that's exactly what we saw.
Well, again, congratulations. You got driver of the day as well. Richard Holland, I know
Oh,
you got
hell no.
yeah, he got driver of the day, Nation. He did it again.
Hell yeah.
Richard, is
Appreciate
anybody you would like to thank for putting this machine out here tonight?
Well, I tell you, this HJRM Impossible Chevy was pretty good tonight, man. The crew was awesome. Pit stops were awesome. Just everything was great. Had just enough fuel in this thing. They filled the roll bars up. That was good. Made it nice. Just want to thank my teammates, everybody that we work with every week, Rick and Hal and you, Coop, and Cody when he was around and whatnot. And Nick, we run with him a lot. He comes over here, runs with us. He's a good guy. We like running with him. Just want to thank everybody, Nation and Vern and you, Coop, and Michael, and everybody that has anything to do with the league. Want to thank you guys, putting everything on that you guys do for us. Appreciate it. And the fans, man, like I say every week, it's awesome. Them guys coming out, supporting us, watching. I can't say enough how awesome it is that they come out and watch the races and root for us and vote for us. And it really, really says something to them. And like I say, gives us something else to race for every week. It's pretty cool.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Again, congratulations. Doing the trifecta, and you're winning races, you're getting it done, and we're getting ready for chase time, so you're setting yourself up nice and pretty for the reset on points. Looking forward to next week, and we'll see you tomorrow night as well.
Yep. Yeah, appreciate it, man. We're just trying to get in a rhythm here to, leading laps, winning races, and you know how they say it, need to be clicking at the right time, that's what we're trying to do. So
all right, 10-4, man. I'm going to send you back down to HJRM. You celebrate with your boys. I'm going to pull Rick Fagone down here on pit road, and I'll talk to you guys after the race.
Thanks, Coop.
Take care, buddy. That was your race winner, driver of the day, current points leader, 31 Richard Holland, having an awesome season. We're going to catch up on pit road. There's the 10 car right there. Your second place finisher. We're going to go down pit road. It's got the fourth pit stall here. Actually in the wrong room, so I'm going to have to move him up. There he is right there. Rick Fagone. We got him on pit road. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, go ahead, Brad.
All right. So, Ricky, we were watching your little strategy there at the end. I thought it was going to pay off, man. Richard Holland was really saving fuel there.
Yeah, if that was 100 and, 31 laps, I think I probably would have won that one. But I tell you, it was purely the fact that I come out, short pitted him. I think Richard one lap, maybe two, and the lap times were huge. So once he got by me, he took off, and then I kind of worked the numbers backwards and split it in half, and almost shit out a win. I think he was close on fuel, so no, he didn't get to do donuts. So that's where I was trying to fill in the blank.
Yeah, he was definitely saving. We were watching him clutch pretty much the whole stint. And then he had the 18 to Nick Gardner up there running, who was going to be short. We weren't sure yet. He was running the dog shit out of it and straight caught up to him. Thought maybe he was going to make it all the way, and I think that changed the way Richard was driving it. I needed
him to push him a little more, and I think he would have probably been right on the edge to the point where I could have erased a 13-second lead had he run out on the last lap. So
yep.
Just a pure strategy call. I was second when I made the decision, and you're not gonna beat him, fucking losing a half a tenth a second every lap. So I had to try something, and that's what it was.
Yeah, man.
Almost.
It's like anything,
Brad,
dude.
It worked. You write that down. It might work tomorrow.
It might work tomorrow, and we tried it at Dover. It can get you in trouble real quick if you do it too much. You short pit too many laps and end up having to make an extra stop. Can create some situations. So,
well, the big difference between Dover and this place is about, what is it, half a mile?
Yeah.
Laps are 10 seconds longer than what's at Dover, so you can really get in trouble there short pitting. Plus, not to mention the fact you're 2 laps down when you do it. Here
Yep.
you risk losing that lap, but if you can do the strategy closer to the lead, potentially it might work. So just a gamble. Happy for second place. I like running here a little bit. It's been a while since we've done anything here at Charlotte, so pretty excited to race it.
10-4, man. Well, Ricky, we appreciate the clean racing. Saw you doing a great job behind the wheel. And you got anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Yeah, I want to thank you, Brad, for taking the time and doing all this stuff so we can go back and watch the broadcast and listen to you yuck it up. And I think you do a pretty good job, dude.
Thanks, man.
Streamer boy does good.
Yeah, it's a year and a half of
Dangles
practice.
91.
I appreciate
Get
that,
you on
man.
Twitter 6969. All right. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, buddy. That was your second place finisher. And here's the guy we haven't talked to in a while. We're going to pull him up here. Jeff Martin, your third place finisher tonight. Solid night all around for you, Jeff. It's good to see you back on the podium, buddy.
I appreciate it. I figured it was a third place finish when I was behind them too anyway.
Yeah, it was shaking out though, man. The fuel strategies were all over the place. We saw Nick Gardner just push it to the end. We had Rick that short pitted everyone, and then Richard was clutching it for 20 laps. So, I mean, something bad happened to all three of them, man. You were sitting in the right spot the whole race to clutch it, and I thought, don't count this guy out at any point because he loves this track. You got a couple wins here at WFO, so it has happened.
I like this track, and I also I have a little earpiece in my ear listening to the broadcast under my headphones when I'm racing. So I knew you said Richard was clutching it, and I was like, damn it. But I pitted. I saw Ricky pit, and then I was like, well, I thought back to a race last year where Ricky was killing it, and then I pitted with him, and then it come out really bad. We lost bad. So when he pitted, I started to slow down, and then I just went around him. I was like, no, I'm gonna give it a few more laps, and I think I took two tires. I chanced it, and the two tires felt good for like 10 laps, but after that it started pushing like I had wore my right front out, which I didn't, but that's just the way it felt. So I think if I'd have took four tires, I might have could have closed the gap on Ricky, but it wouldn't have been enough to catch him.
Well, I tell you what, man, I don't know how you can stand to listen to my voice for that many laps. But now that I'm aware that you have that broadcast in your ear, I'm probably going to drop your name every now and then just subliminally and say Jeff Martin for no reason. Just to see what happens.
Just drop the CEO band paint job because that's buddies of mine that's got a record deal, and you'll see them on the American Music Awards eventually. I guarantee it. They're that good.
Oh yeah, man. We play their intro, and I have one of their songs, Redemption, that we play in the intro music. So if you guys want to check that out, if you like that, we got a link for them on YouTube.
Another one out now. It's Black Hearts, which was actually pitched, if I'm not mistaken, to a guy in Nashville, and then they asked Mac, who's the guy that's a friend of mine, and they said, well, what do you think about the song? And he wanted body thumping music on this one, and he listened to it. He said, well, if the lyrics were different, and they said, well, write the lyrics for it. So overnight he wrote the lyrics to the song Black Hearts, so y'all should listen to that too.
So back to racing. You're back on the podium. You've got a good finish under your belt here. I know you've had some bad luck here at WFO in the start of this season. Does this bring your confidence back to where it should be?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you get a good finish, it makes you feel better. Like you can conquer anything, but it's even harder when you got Richard and Ricky in front of you. So you got to try even harder.
Yep. Those guys make you run a perfect race every week, and we go green like this for a long time. There's no way to catch back up to them. If you're off the pace from the start, you're going to be finding yourself playing catch up the whole time. Been there, been doing it for weeks, man.
And you think about Richard, and I've sat back and practiced and watched him drive. He's damn near perfect with the wheel. There's no mess up. There's no anything, unless somebody bumps him and wrecks him. You might have a shot, but then you see him coming from the back straight to the front. He's just the Jimmy Johnson of WFO racing. I mean, that's the only way to put it.
He is good, man. But hey, I've seen you show some really good talent, and you've been a good driver here at WFO. So we're glad to see you back on the podium. And again, man, congratulations on your third place finish.
I appreciate it.
We got anybody you'd like to thank, Jeff, before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely, man. You for putting this stuff on, especially on Tuesday nights, and WFO for doing it, and your little promos and all that. I don't know who did the CEO thing, but that was pretty cool. I really like the commercial. My buddies at Southeast Motorsports, they race sometimes they don't. And the CEO band, Mac Mullins and the CEO band.
Hell yeah, man. We're glad to have them on board and getting to use their music. I like that kind of music, so it's really in my wheelhouse to listen to that stuff.
Look it
I
up
really
and listen to
appreciate
the
it.
whole CD.
Yeah.
You can find it all on YouTube, some of it.
Trust me, man, if we get permission, I've got a couple other ideas for promos and maybe like a season chase thing. So, if we can get in contact with them, I get permission to use another one of their songs. Absolutely. I went through and listened to some of my favorites.
All I got to do is text them in the morning. You tell me what you want.
All right. I will keep that in mind, man. So, again, appreciate all you do, and thank you very much, Jeff.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one, man. That was your third place finisher, Jeff Martin. We had a hell of a race tonight. Tell you what, these guys did a great job. But that winner right there, running out of fuel, this guy's putting it down week in, week out. It's Richard Holland. We're going to go cycle through these boys. That's the guy right there. There's one guy that you need to beat. It's going to be this guy putting together some strong finishes. Running out of fuel at the line. We'll see you guys. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. This is WFO CheckerWon Manufacturing ARCA series. From everybody at WFO, we'd like to thank you for being a part of this. Leave us a like, subscribe to the channel. You'll get notifications to let us tell you when we're going live. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. when the Village Idiots, Vern Bradley and Nation 01 take over the broadcast for the Wicked Wednesday Hal Amy Contracting Truck Series. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is Bradley Cooper, Mr. Bojangles signing off. Have a good night, guys. Take care.
And the race is going to go on. 119, Austin Wagner under battle from the 70 car, Burt Wilson. Burt Wilson's going to nose ahead. Oh my goodness, what a pass right there. Rise of the dead. The love, the hate, the sex, the truth, the jealousies that make us fools. Wake up this time. The joys, the chance, the life to lose. Our legacy is ours to choose. Redemption! We're coming to the white flag this time. Will they make it to the start-finish line all the way around the tri-oval here? They're there. We're 2 by 2 on the last lap. But there's a 0-0, an 18 car, 1 car, 31 car, and they're wrecking in the front. For the lead, here's the race right here. Nick Gardner, Richard Holland, Ryan Daniels. Ryan W. Daniels, the 0-0 car, crossing the start-finish line, winning the opener here.